So there is exactly one thing that I hate about the GoPro Hero 9 Black, and it's this charging door. And it's the same charging door on the GoPro Hero 8 Black, which was also equally as miserable. And that door basically meant that if I wanted to plug something in and keep my GoPro charged the entire time, I couldn't actually do that. Unlike something like the Hero 5, 6, and 7 Black that had a separate charging door right there that you see from the battery door down there, the Hero 9 and Hero 8 Black, it's all one door. So once you break your fingernails trying to get this thing open out in the cold, what you find inside is that there's the USB-C charging port right there, the battery there, and then the SD card, micro SD card that you can't get out without taking the battery out. But making matters worse is that if you wanted to simply plug this thing in, USB-C cable like that, even if you had this like flapping about, your SD card is fully exposed right there, and you can see the battery as well. Versus on the Hero 5, 6, and 7, the SD card was hidden down below. So this side you could kind of sacrifice in light rain without any issues, but not the full camera since it's all in one spot. So about a year ago, I found a solution to that. Like all good things, late night shopping on Amazon. And what I found was this little door from a company you've never heard of, and neither have I, that would allow you to go ahead and put the USB-C charging cord straight through it there. And now, some people said, why couldn't you just take a GoPro door and drill a hole in it? And the reason is simple. There's actually a latch there. And you watch what happens when you pop this open. This back side of the inside of that is a latch that moves up and down. So it's a plate inside of there to keep it locked in place. So if you were to drill a hole through there, you would destroy that plate and the holes would align and lots of things would just go wrong. So you can't quite do that. So you had to find someone to do it for you. In this case, this little $10 or so accessory. And a year ago, I was concerned about whether or not this would actually last a year. I would say, like, set your expectations accordingly. I don't think this door will last me a year. And here we are a year later, and this thing has been through hell on my GoPro Hero 8 Black. Like, I have used it every single day, multiple times a day in most cases, rain, snow, the whole bit, and it's still alive pretty fine. It looks pretty rough. I mean, you can see it's got some serious wax there along the way, but hey, it's there. The problem is that I got the Hero 9, which, you know, has better stabilization, all that goodness, but it still has that sucky door. So wait a little while, and sure enough, I could buy a new one of these for the Hero 9. Now, the Hero 9 and the Hero 8 doors are different sizes. You can see that kind of side by side here. The Hero 9 door is a wider door, so the older one won't work on the Hero 9. But take this thing, toss it. Maybe that was a bit too strong. Toss it, and now I've got this new one. The new one comes in this package right here, just like the old one. It's nothing fancy about this. You crack it open, and inside is the door and a piece of bubble wrap. So you can have fun with the bubble wrap later on. The door's right there. It's really as simple as that. So then we take the door, take the cable off the door, and simply snap it onto it, just like that. And we're good to go. We're gonna take our cable. By the way, this is like my favorite charging cable. It's a nylon one, but it's got lightning, USB-C, and micro USB for those devices that are still left over there. And I just plug it into my standard issue USB charging bank. And now I'm charging my GoPro. It's as simple as that. You'll see right there, red light's on. Now there's two core scenarios for the charging door. Number one is obviously if you just want like long power. If you want to record for 4 or 5 hours, whatever the case may be, that's where you want to keep it charged the entire time as one cohesive shot. The second scenario is maybe not as obvious, which is that when I get home each night, I just plug these things in, they connect to Wi-Fi, and they upload all of their footage to GoPro Plus, their cloud sort of thing, or whatever they call it now, and I just use that as my backup. This way, I know I have the door with me, versus sometimes the door will just fall off when I grab it in the morning to put in my bag, and then I'll realize later on I'm missing the door. So this way, I just plug it in, I know the door is there, and I'm kind of good to go. Now, I've been using this for about a month or something like that, maybe more than a month, I guess, month and a half. Sometime in October, I've been using it, and it's been working great. Rain, no problems, light rain. I would not recommend going to any like beach destination with this door. Just like I said last year with that door, don't take it with you on a trip where you know you're probably going to swim with it. Because if you go swimming with this door, your GoPro's dead. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I've had no problem with light rain. I haven't had any snow yet, but it's been just fine. It also hasn't fallen off. I've done mountain biking, road biking across like cobblestones and all that stuff day in and day out, and it stays put without any issues. Also, this is a good time to note, if you are finding this video useful or interesting, whatever the case is, whack that like button at the bottom there. It really helps out this video and the channel quite a bit. Now, this isn't the only door in town. It's not the only sheriff in town. There's also this other door I bought as well, the Telesin one. And I like Telesin stuff quite a bit. I find their stuff is generally like reasonably priced, just like the Ulanzi stuff or like Newer or other companies like that. And the only problem with this door, so you'll see this one, the Ulanzi one, has a like latch lock right there. You can see it go in and out, in and out. There we go. It's locked on there. It's not going anywhere. Like cobblestones or rough rocks or anything where I've got lots of vibrations, this has been staying put the entire time. And this one, I haven't had any like core issues with, but it snaps in place as opposed to like locking. So you just see it goes like this, and that's it. And you pull it off using this little pull string there. And so I don't have a problem using this like here in the studio or somewhere kind of more gentle, but I'd be concerned about this one right there on like rougher vibrations, or even just something catching this string and pulling it off. And again, the same thing in terms of how this works here. You take your USB-C, plug it in, and then you're good to go. So I like this. It's definitely a little bit smoother finish around the edge, but I think overall for me, given they're almost the same price, like with a couple bucks of each other, I'd probably choose this one just because of the fact that it has that snap that locks it in place. Oh, and I have dropped the exact links for these particular doors down in the description there, both for Amazon US as well as the Amazon European sites. That way you can ensure that you have the correct door and not just like another random door out there. So there you go. That's like all there is to talk about this here. But that's not the only cool sports technology stuff, especially action camera and drone stuff coming up over the next couple weeks. I've got a doozy of a video I shot 2 weeks ago that you do not want to miss, that oddly enough I was using some of this gear right here for. Plus some other new stuff coming down the pipeline pretty soon as well. So if all of that is interesting to you, go ahead and whack that like button at the bottom there, or hit the subscribe button for plenty more sports technology goodness. With that, have a good one.